Provincial conventions of the main opposition CPN-UML are underway in several provinces as they seek for new leaderships at provincial committees. Likewise, in this edition of Kantipur News, we have for you an update on twin explosions that have rocked Pakistan and Nepali PUBG team's impressive performance at the Asian Games. Good evening, I'm Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Voting continues for a new leadership of CPN-UML's Bagmati Province Committee. Election to begin in Karnali Province for a new leadership as closed session concludes. Agitated teachers and government representatives sit for a dialogue at the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. A 5-point agreement struck. At least 52 killed and dozens more injured in an explosion in Balochistan, Pakistan. 5 more deaths reported following another blast in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And a Nepali PUBG team enters into the semi-final of esports at the Asian Games. The basketball team, however, failed to produce a win in 3x3 basketball. Voting to elect new members of Bagmati Province Committee of CPN-UML, which had been delayed by 5 hours, has begun. The schedule of the election had been affected as leaders made relentless efforts to find consensus. However, the voting process has begun as the leaders failed to reach the same. Kailash Thungil is up against Krishna Prasad Dahal for the leadership role in Bagmati Province. Likewise, Navraj Silwal from Dahal Group and Hasta Pandit from Thungil Group are contesting for the post of secretary. Official panels have not been formed. 1,165 members of Bagmati Provincial Committee of CPN-UML will elect and form a 240-member committee along with chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary and under-secretary. Elsewhere in Karnali Province, convention of CPN-UML closed session has concluded and election is to begin. The closed session that concluded a while ago discussed on the party's provincial political and economic report. Politburo member Gulab Jung Shah and provincial committee member Min Bahadur Shahi have staked their claims for the post of provincial committee chair. A few leaders attempted to find consensus but failed to do so. An overwhelming number of aspirants have emerged for member positions as well. It may be recalled party chair KP Sharma Oli had warned interested candidates against forming an election-specific panel. The 604 participants at the provincial convention will elect a 135-membered provincial committee, including 5 office bearers. Likewise, the main opposition's two-day Koshi provincial convention also kicked off. The party has said 1,047 and observers are participating at the Koshi Province Convention. Party's province in charge, Raghubir Mahaset, has said a consensus will be sought for a new leadership before going into election. The Koshi Province Convention will elect a 215-membered committee, including 5 office bearers. The government and the agitating relief teachers have reached a 5-point agreement. The agreement had been reached following a dialogue between the two sides at the Ministry for Education, Science and Technology in Singadarbar. As per the agreement, the relief teachers are to withdraw all protest programs and will get to appear in internal competition to be considered to be permanent teachers. Previously, the government had made several concessions following a large-scale protest by the Nepal Teachers Federation between September 20 to 22 demanding for amendment to education bill. The relief teachers had argued that the agreement struck then fell short of their expectations. CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli has blamed the current government for protecting criminals and smugglers. Speaking with journalists at Biratnagar Airport earlier today, Chair Oli said that the government had become protector of criminals and smugglers. He made remarks that the current government had caused harm to the public and the nation and termed it unfortunate. Oli, who had reached Biratnagar to participate in the Koshi Province Assembly of CPN-UML, said that the leadership will be elected with majority or through election amid lack of consensus. The Education, Health and Technology Committee has directed the government to take action against those involved in the assault of doctors. The meeting of the committee held earlier today directed the government to take action against those involved in the assault of doctors. Likewise, the committee has given directives to make the health sector dignified, secure and free from violence and fear, and to create a favorable environment for uninterrupted service delivery. Minister for Health and Population Mohan Bahadur Basnet urged the agitating doctors to withdraw their protest and return to work. During the meeting, Minister Basnet said that the government had been making efforts to take action against those involved in the assault of doctors. The committee had also held a dialogue with the agitating doctors. The Finance Committee of the Parliament has said that 80% of its recommendations have not been implemented by the government. Chairperson of the committee, Santosh Chalise, has warned that if the government does not implement directives, the committee would not hold meetings. He said that the government's indifference in implementing the directives has given a negative message. Chalise also said that goods worth billions of rupees had remained stranded at the customs as importers had not contacted the authority. He said that the customs chief had corresponded with the finance committee through telephone, urging them to conduct customs monitoring. In the meantime, the committee's regulation 2080 has been endorsed. As per the new regulation, the committee chair can postpone meetings amid a delay by more than 30 minutes in holding the meeting. The committee members must be informed 48 hours prior to holding the meeting, while clarification will be demanded from members who fail to attend the meetings on more than 5 occasions. 4 bighas, 17 kathas of land of Gautam Buddha International Airport in Bhairawa has been registered in the name of an individual. Rupandehi Land Revenue Office has registered the land of the airport that officially came into operation a year ago in the name of local resident Parvadraj Kanta Mishra in the Nepali month of Baisakh this year. The Butwal Bench of High Court, Tulsipur, had issued an interim order in the name of the Land Revenue Office to register the land in the name of Mishra. Some portion of the piece of land is within the premises of the airport, while others are covered by the runway. The piece of land had been registered in the name of Kali Temple after being demarcated last year. Prior to this, the land was included in the field book. However, it had not been registered in any individual or organization's name. The High Court issued the order to register the land in Mishra's name after his family filed an appeal at the court. The Airport Project Office has said that after registering the land in his name, Mishra has claimed compensation, saying that the land had been occupied by the airport. Health services in Panchthar District Hospital have been affected amid protest by doctors, citing the government's failure to guarantee security. Health services had been affected as doctors and health professionals had halted services in various health institutions, including the district hospital earlier today. Doctors and health professionals from different parts of the country, including Panchthar, have been holding protest since past 4 days, citing absence of security as a number of incidents of assault on doctors have come to light within the past few days. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question: why has the government not reimbursed the dues amount of the builders? Your options are A, lack of fund, B, inadequate process, and C, indifference to development. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. Twin explosions today have rocked Pakistan. At least 52 people have been killed and more than 50 injured in a suicide attack on a religious gathering to mark the birthday of Prophet Muhammad in Pakistan's restive Balochistan province, while another explosion at a mosque in Hangu in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province has killed at least 5 people. The injured have been taken to nearby hospitals and a senior police officer was among the dead. The Pakistani Taliban, known as Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP), has distanced itself from the attack. The TTP is a separate group but a close ally of the Afghan Taliban, which seized power in neighboring Afghanistan in August 2021. Last year, the group broke a ceasefire with the government, which led to a resurgence of its deadly attacks across the country. Muslims in Pakistan and around the world celebrate the birthday of Islam's prophet by holding public gatherings. While the celebration is accepted by a majority of Islamic sects, certain denominations view it as an unwarranted innovation. Pakistan has in the past been the site of attacks by armed groups. Earlier this month, at least 11 people, including a prominent religious leader, were injured in a blast in the same district of Balochistan. In July, more than 40 people were killed in a suicide bombing in northwestern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province as a religious political party's gathering. The gas-rich Balochistan province at the border of Afghanistan and Iran has been the site of a low-intensity rebellion by Baloch separatists for more than 2 decades. The separatists initially want a share of the provincial resources, but later launched a movement calling for independence. Fires were burning in the streets and tear gas was in the air as protests rocked India's strife-torn northeastern state of Manipur following the alleged abduction and murder of 2 students. More than 80 people were injured in Thursday's clashes amid an indefinite curfew in Manipur's capital, Imphal, and surrounding areas that was declared after protests started on Wednesday. There was no violence today, despite some protesters defying curfew in parts of the city as police and paramilitary troops stood on guard to keep the situation under control. Ethnic violence has plunged the state bordering Myanmar into what many security experts describe as an intense civil war fought over land, jobs and political clout between its majority Meitei and minority tribal Kuki communities. As Chinese people on Earth are celebrating the traditional Mid-Autumn Festival, China's lunar rover Yutu-2 has sent back a special gift from the moon, a new panorama image of the lunar surface. The new panorama image, which shows various sizes of craters, gravels and tracks of Yutu-2 on the moon some 380,000 kilometers away from the Earth, was beamed back ahead of the Mid-Autumn Festival and released on Friday. Voting continues for a new leadership of CPN-UML's Bagmati Province Committee. Election to begin in Karnali Province for a new leadership as closed session concludes. Agitated teachers and government representatives sit for a dialogue at the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. A 5-point agreement struck. At least 52 killed and dozens more injured in an explosion in Balochistan, Pakistan. 5 more deaths reported following another blast in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And a Nepali PUBG team enters into the semi-final of esports at the Asian Games. The basketball team, however, failed to produce a win in 3x3 basketball. That's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will be at 10:30 tonight. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.